couple of movies. I went to go see Avatar Friday night. Now, let me just say up front that the movie is visually stunning. That movie is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. It's literally the biggest piece of shit.
It's the best-looking piece of shit you've ever seen.
Best-looking piece of shit I've ever seen. It's a piece of shit that looks like a solid gold bar. But when you get up to it and you scratch it, you're like, wow, this is shit. How did you get a bar of gold to look like shit?
We'll be paid $5 billion for it.
The movie made no sense. Racially, it's bad. Culturally, it's bad. Story-wise, it's bad. It made no sense.
But it's pretty.
It was very, very pretty. And then I find out last night at the Golden Globes that not only does it win Best Picture, it's also nominated for Best Screenplay. Like you mean the Dances with Wolves screenplay, or the Last Samurai screenplay?
So that's the thing. I liked
or the
it.
Man Called Horse screenplay that he ripped off. Which screenplay? Pocahontas? Which screenplay?
Yeah, I liked it because I've never seen any of them movies.
Yeah. Well, guess
So,
what? You've seen them.
If it's like that,
If you saw Avatar, you've seen
Then-
those movies. I'm sorry, Jimmy Merritt. I know you like the movie.
DC local comic very
No one has ever apologized to Jimmy Merritt.
Very sorry,
anything.
Jimmy Merritt. But you're not
comic.
seeing the bigger picture.
Jimmy usually says, I'm sorry to other people.
He made the movie strict. First of all, James Cameron doesn't give a shit about his audience. How do I know this? They're on this planet looking for an ore. Okay? This ore is going to save the planet Earth. The ore is called unobtainium. I heard Mark Maron talk about this in his podcast, and I was like, that can't possibly be true. Really? Unobtainium? Unobtainium. That's the name of the ore you came up with? Unobtainium? Unobtainium. That means you don't give a shit about your audience. You didn't even think of a name of anything. I can't find him. It's hidden them. It's underneath the blue peopleium.
There's no such thingium.
Unobtainium. That's the name you came up with. Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't even pay attention. I was half asleep when I watched the movie.
Unobtainium.
I'm telling you, that was the working name. They couldn't come up with one. They said, we'll come back and fix it. And they never did. They just
They never
left
came
it.
and they forgot. They
Fucking
forgot.
kidding me?
We got a lot of other loose ends to tie up, guys. We got a $50 billion movie to make.
Is the villain called
I
Ungood?
forgot. Yeah.
Mark Maron talked about this podcast, and I was like, it can't be true.
The woman is called Unman.
Unobtainium. Unobtainium. People should have got up and walked out of the movie en masse
Unman.
when that was
What's
said.
Unobtainium?
Unobtainium? I'm telling you, that's like, look, I don't give a fuck about these nerds. They will watch whatever the fuck I'm putting out.
Oh, you're testing your audience, definitely. With Unobtainium.
Yeah. You're definitely. It's like a plan. It's like, let's see how far we can go with the
See
bullshit.
how bad this gonna be. Yeah.
Let's see how far. You know what? I'm gonna put all my money into the effects, so I don't give a fuck
Right.
about anything else other than the effects.
I'm the best one.
Fucking Avatar, and
I'm
then
the
and
best.
people are going crazy for that movie. I'm like, are y'all? What? This is what sells as a great movie now. And you know the worst thing is that I love sci-fi movies. That's the worst thing about it. That's
So you were
the worst
disappointed
thing
to the
about it.
heart.
I love
Yes.
science fiction movies. Love them. I love anything having to do with science fiction. But maybe I'm wrong. I kept telling people, I was talking to Courtney Farrington about it. He's another young comic of this year. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just too old now.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Courtney liked it, too? Everybody else liked it?
Courtney liked it until I started pointing these things out, and Courtney was like, hey.
So he just didn't think about it.
No, he was caught up in the explosions and the flying of the fucking pterodactyls that were flying around, and
Blue people.
the blue people, which
I still liked it. You know, you're still entertained by the whole thing, but when the guy comes out and is like, my father was the only of five. He was the only one of five. I was like, this dude's gonna be the sixth.
did we tell you that story? Andy,
He's
in
gonna be the
movie?
sixth one.
No, I
About
haven't-
the beast.
The beast, the
No.
flying
Okay.
beast.
Okay,
My
well,
father is
for
the
those who
only
haven't
one.
seen this, Drek.
I don't even know what it's called. The
This-
flying red.
They
thing.
call it Last Shadow. Whatever the word was,
Right.
it translated into
My
Last
father was
Shadow
the
because
one
it would
of
be the
five
last
to ride
shadow.
it.
No, not
It's
even
like,
her
this
father.
dude's gonna be six.
Her grandfather's
Oh, grandfather was. Oh my god.
was one of only 5 people in it. Okay, first of all, there's a lot of racial stuff in it that's unsaid, which happens in a lot of movies, much like The Blind Side and The Last Samurai, shit like that. There's a lot of racial shit that's unsaid.
Right.
Fine, whatever. But for James Cameron, and I saw him in interviews say that, I don't know anything about that. I just made the movie to be making.
He's
a movie.
colorblind. He
Yeah,
doesn't see color.
He's colorblind, all right. And yet, he was very proud. I saw this thing on it when they were talking about how they're making it. And he's very proud of the way that the computers were able to capture the look of the faces, the exact look of people, and translate them onto the Na'vi, the native people on this planet. He's very proud of that fact. So when you go back and you're watching it, you're like, well, that guy's black. That guy's black. That
Yeah.
that person's an Indian. Clearly,
Yeah.
that guy's. They're all people of color. And then you look at the settlers, the people that are coming. And you're like, well, they're clearly white.
Every one
Right.
of
You
them.
could tell by looking at their features. They're clearly
Every single one of them.
white. They're
except
clearly
for
white.
except for Monica Rodriguez,
And she never had a. She didn't have a.
and she needed money.
She didn't have a blue person.
She hadn't
never
been in a
had
movie
blue person.
for a
She was
while.
just a pilot.
Yeah, she was a pilot.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Her
She never-
typical, like every single character
yeah,
she plays,
tough,
is
the
butchy
pseudo
girl.
lesbian
Yeah,
butchy girl,
yeah.
who was a pilot.
Yeah,
You know, and that
it's like
you
really,
could-
Michelle. You're not gonna. What's her name?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Is Michelle? Okay.
She didn't even get a
Yeah.
person. So they fly. So he goes there. They want him to infiltrate them and learn about them. He's never even been through this avatar
Yeah.
testing and all. It takes 5 years to learn how to use an avatar.
He learns it in a month.
He's never even used. He didn't even do that. He
Yeah.
just got in the avatar
He
and,
got
and
in
started
and
going.
started running, and he
Yeah.
got lost.
He's a natural.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a natural.
Wow,
He was
he
a
doesn't have
natural.
any legs, but
Yeah,
he can.
He was in a wheelchair, hadn't walked in years.
Yeah,
But he, you know, yeah, I'm in this avatar.
I got
I'm-
legs now. I'm in a new
yeah,
shit.
I'm in the new shit.
Like taming beasts.
So he ends up being taken in. He ends up being taken in by the Na'vi. Right.
Right.
His superior, the bad guy, who you can tell he's a bad guy by the words he uses, like "You're not in Kansas anymore." Oh, Jesus Christ, James Cameron! Really? That's the best you could come up with
Yeah.
for being on another planet?
That dude was cut up.
Did he
though, I ain't
call the
gonna lie.
planet Un-Kansas?
You are now on Kansas.
You're now on Earth.
You are now on Rear. No.
So he goes amongst these people, and he tells them, "Look, I'm going to give you 3 months to find everything you can about them. 3 months." So basically, he's with them for 3 months, and in 3 months' time, he becomes the greatest warrior of them. In 3 months,
He's a natural.
in
That's good.
3 months, they have a thing where they learn how to fly these birds. They look like pterodactyls, right? So everybody on the planet is connected, and they can plug into other animals, basically like a USB port.
Like
They plug in.
bestiality.
Yeah, pretty much like
Bestiality.
bestiality. And they feel what the animals feeling, and it's very naturistic and circle of life and very very Lion King-esque.
Sounds horrific.
It's a circle of life. Okay, so he's flying his new little bird.
Don't
Never
listen-
flown one in his life,
Don't
but
listen
he's
to
a
this
natural
next
at
part.
it.
Don't
Does
listen
the-
to
does
this
the bird
next
have a
part
name?
if you haven't seen the movie yet.
Um,
If you haven't seen the
no,
movie
I don't
yet,
think he
don't
named
listen
it.
to this.
But
Push
you could,
pause, go watch the movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
go watch
and come
this
back.
Movie and come
piece
back.
of dreck.
Yeah.
But there's another bird, beast, that kills this beast. It's bigger. It's the biggest flying thing. They call it the Last Shadow. So the girl, they're running from one, they're flying away from one, and the girl tells them there's a skeleton in one of the village. They're like, oh, my grandfather's grandfather flew this one.
Yeah.
Whoever can master this beast is known as the greatest warrior of all time, and they unite the villages and the people in time of sorrow, and they bring us all together, and they turn us into a fighting force. I'm watching this, I'm like, if he fucking flies one of them birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, funny you should say that.
So sure enough, they get fucking he needs to get their respect. He just jumps on one, and he's flying one.
Yeah.
So not only in 3 months' time has he mastered all of their weapons and ways, he's now the greatest warrior they've ever seen.
And he's managed to make another bird jealous.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to that bird? What happened to It's like, hey, what about me? You wrote me for
So once again,
The bird's
wife-
going on Oprah.
Yeah. Well, I was faithful. And nobody else
Matter
flew
of
me.
fact, he told his bird, he was like, look, I got a plan and you're not going to like it.
Yeah, look here. I got to unplug from you.
That's like when you tell you tell your girl,
Dog.
it's not you, it's me.
No,
Right.
that's like getting a ride from your girlfriend to your new, better
He
girlfriend's
broke
house.
up with a bird.
Yeah, he broke up with her for a better bird. Like, she looks better,
It's
man.
ridiculous.
She
So
looks better than you.
ridiculous.
Can you take me over there
Did
right
you see
quick?
those wings?
Can I see her?